Well, good morning, everybody. It's another Staffing Sharks Review It. And our featured company today, I'm excited to talk to everybody here on this, is Hiretual. We got Steven and Amy on here with my sidekick, KG, that's here every week with me. So we're not going to waste any time. We're just going to deep dive into it. If one of you would like to just start, tell us about your solution. We want to hear about what it's all about.
Great. Thank you very much for having us here. We are very excited to meet everybody virtually and give the introduction about Hiretual and what exciting things we are doing at Hiretual. First of all, let me give a quick introduction about myself. Steven at Hiretual, and I'm serving as a CEO, and I co-founded this company in 2015. And time flies. It's been almost 6 years now.
Nice. Time does fly.
Yeah. Hey, Amy, your turn.
Awesome. Well, like Steven said, my name is Amy, and I have been working at Hiretual for about 1.5 years now. I'm heading up the customer success team and super excited for the opportunity to be online here with all of you and talk a little bit more about Hiretual.
That's incredible. I have to just say right off the bat, recruiter's best friend. What does that mean?
Great, and this is a great question. And a couple of years ago, when we started to think about what would be the best mission and also the product vision for Hiretual, and I basically, one day I came up with this sentence. Hey, let's become recruiters' best friend, because that's all the value and the purpose of AI technology. And we are not doing some technology to replace recruiters, and we want to create the best technologies and products to serve the community and bring the value to the industry. And who will benefit? Our recruiters, fellow recruiters. Then that's why we use recruiters' best friend as our slogan. And that's not our only slogan, and that's really about our mission. That's all we want to do at Hiretual.
Nice.
I love that. I've been using your solution for a little bit of time. But, to be first greeted by recruiter's best friend, I was like, yeah, I love that. And I love what you said, that you're not here to replace recruiters. And I think one of the things that I like to point out and restate is that recruiters really do want to be both high tech. So we want to use your AI solutions, and we want to use them to the full capacity, but we also want to be high touch too. We want to remain active. We want to remain relationship builders. And one thing I can truly say as a user of your product and of your platform is that you do allow for recruiters to use a high tech tool to be more high touch, because you give us so many ways to reach people. You give us so many opportunities, ones that I hadn't even thought about, because I'm not as technically interested, I should say. Like, I still want to pick up the phone, but you make it so that I can do that, but I can also do these other things in concert, and I love that about you guys.
Thank you. And Richard, and you probably want to ask, what is Hiretual about, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
And this is a very brief introduction about Hiretual's solution. And Hiretual is the AI-powered talent search and data hub. The talent search is very easy for our fellow recruiters to understand, right? Basically, this is a platform, the talent platform for recruiters to find the best fit candidates. But that's not all about Hiretual, and we also bring the first AI-powered data hub to our industry. The data hub, and you can regard it as a very integrated and connected system, the data system, to consolidate the data from different formats, different sources, so that recruiting becomes more organized and centralized process to continuously deliver the best quality candidates.
So Amy, you're over customer success, correct?
I am, yes.
I would love to hear, one of your most recent success stories. You don't have to name the customer, but just someone that maybe was a little like reluctant, or was just really surprised by how amazing Hiretual is.
Definitely, yeah, and that's one of my favorite parts about working in the success team is that wow moment or the aha moment of, oh my gosh, I had no idea I could do this with Hiretual. This is going to make my life so much easier. So I love the question because it really resonates with me and why I'm on the team. But definitely in terms of like customers that we're supporting every day, I think one scenario that I want to highlight is when I was working with a unique team of research recruiters, and they do a lot of work with kind of the initial like talent mapping and sort of discovery of the talent pool prior to even starting sourcing. And this team, they had a really kind of unique but very manual workflow initially. And then they found out their team had Hiretual. And they're like, oh, well, let's kind of try this system out. Let's see what it's all about. So I met with their team lead several times. And over the course of those meetings, we kind of developed this new workflow, a little bit different than what Hiretual typically kind of uses as the standard workflow, but one that would fit in with sort of what their team is doing as research recruiters. So eventually, we had a training. The whole team is now using this workflow. And it was really just cool to see that sort of be an option. Like people can come in with these unique scenarios or unique use cases, and Hiretual can accommodate it and help those teams have a more efficient process.
Nice. I like that. You know what? And I'm sure KG says that too. It's you guys are really connected to community and the family. And that's what recruiters are looking for this day and age. I mean, we're all sitting in our office at home, not interacting with people. And this is something that, you can resonate. I got a quick question here. I seen something on your site, rediscover lost profiles in your ATS. This came up actually a couple of days ago on ASA. We had a question about how do you retract some of these lost files? Can you guys go into detail with that?
Sure. Okay, I can go first. Amy, you can give comments later to we assign real use case from our users, right? And back to the data hub we just mentioned. Data hub is a system to connect to the ATS. ATS is one of the major channel we connect to, and today we are connected with probably 98% of the ATS systems in the market already. Okay, and for example, the Bullhorn and Recruitee, right? And they are very, very commonly used by recruiting and staffing agencies. We have two-way integrations with those systems. So back to the rediscovery itself. First of all, we connect to the ATS and pull the data from the ATS and do the refresh, enrichment, and then reindex. Make sure and all the data will be construct in a way of AI search. So then recruiters are able to search the candidates through Hiretual's AI sourcing, right? And that's what we caught. We are able to rediscover the lost candidate in the ATS.
And that's the perfect candidate you want. I mean, it's right there in your system. Don't forget about it.
Yes, and much higher ROI. And just consider this: all those data, the firms, they spent money on those data acquisition in the past, right? And as time goes, the value of those talent data decreased significantly quickly, right? And then we are able to use the natural language processing capability to identify the data entries and then bring the up-to-date data to append or to enrich those data entries. That's a great value.
Yes.
Big time. Amy, you want to elaborate on that, Amy?
Yeah, definitely. I think in terms of what I've seen with customers, I really find that a lot of teams resonate with how easy it is to actually use the sort of talent fusion and talent rediscovery process sort of in their own day-to-day workflow, because it's all built into kind of their standard workflow that they already have in Hiretual. So it's really just a matter of clicking a couple extra buttons and you're on your way. You're sourcing candidates that are already in your ATS. You can source candidates that are out on the open web. So teams do resonate with that and how easy it is to just have that built into kind of what they're already doing within the system.
Never lose the candidate again, right, KJ?
Never.
Right in front of you at all given times.
So one of the tools that, again, I'm easily impressed when something makes me a little bit more efficient time-wise. And one of the things that I, back in the day, we would have like 50 and 60 tabs open at a time, trying to move from one thing and, move your candidate from here to here and send them an email. Like you want to keep like you're moving at a speed. So you source, you find a person from a website, you open the resume, you want to email them because you're fresh and you want to keep it moving. So you want to email them and you got to open your email. You got to do this. You got to do all these things. But you guys have a Chrome extension.
Yeah.
That stops me from having to do all that and have 75 different things open at a time. So can you talk a little bit more about that? And let's be honest, like you guys are kind of giving away that tool. So yeah. I want folks who are, a little bit like, I don't know, like if nothing else, use that because you will definitely want to upgrade your subscription at that point.
Yeah. And actually, that is a beautiful story behind the reason why we give away. Just because we have to be grateful for the community and the original idea of creating the Chrome extension that was back in 2016. At that time, I had no idea about recruiting and recruiters, So then I connected to so many folks in the community and learned a lot of things from those influencers and those very experienced recruiters, right? And I believe I spoke with more than 100 people before I started to do the coding for the product. So and they told me the very common use scenario and the most easy to adopt process is about Chrome extension, right? And then I learned a lot of use cases and put several very critical features on the extension. That's how we created the Chrome extension. And then the very natural thought for me is about, okay, so then I need to give the Chrome extension back to the community, right? And we have a free version. And actually that free version is pretty powerful, okay? And we have a paid version as well, right? And just to serve a group of recruiters, they need to have a larger volume of recruiting. Okay, so the extension, it's a very good capacity extension for Hiretual's technology. And where you go, where we are.
Yes, I love that. I love that you said like you're giving back to the folks who gave to you. Like Rich and I 100% like hand open to give, open to receive. Shout out to Gary Olive for putting that into words. But yeah, we definitely are 100% on board with that. Like I said, like who wouldn't want to do more with it? Like get
and
the
it's free. Recruiters and staffing firms start out free.
Yeah, I'm not pushing free, but
Yeah, you know what I mean. Hey, giving equals growth.
Yes, yeah,
Bottom
no,
line.
I'm teasing, and I love that. I love that you do that.
Yeah,
Would you-
Richard, and back to the recruiting agencies, and all the firms actually are very cash flow sensitive, and I can really understand the business nature, and we create so many features to support the staffing agency, staffing industry. For example, people are very actively using Google and Google ecosystem, right? Because those tools are free and they are very good at finding the information from Google or Google related applications, G Suite. Then we create the workflow embedded into the G Suite. So, for example, they go to Google to search Richard or Steven or KG, whoever, and we will update the Google search page to show the more information in the recruiting's way about the people. Right? Consider that, and that will bring so many free services and the information back to recruiters. If they go to Gmail, they can simply just 2-button click to connect to Hiretual, and Hiretual will support the reminder and also the sequence and also the template, those email functions. Free.
So this is, I have to say, this is user friendly too, right? So if there's recruiters out there that are not tech savvy, KG pretty much summed up. It's so user friendly. Am I right?
It's very user friendly, and not only that, like you have a friend as soon as you log in. You know, there's a purple squirrel there. You're like what recruiter doesn't like you? Hey, they're telling you right there, like they're speaking our language. That means so much to me. Being a person who was in my corporate life, I was in operations, so I was constantly the one that was testing systems and reaching out to vendors and seeing and the one thing that was always never quite clicked totally into place was that they didn't speak recruiter. So I became more of a translator of, okay, this is what it is, but this is how recruiters use it. And the fact that you guys created these communities and that you 100% pull from recruiters who are doing the work and you're meeting their needs. You're not just like throwing a tool on top of a process or saying, fit this in here any way you can. You're actually building upon and improving what we already do and what we need. And I do want to point to that because I understand that you guys have a newer feature that just came out.
Yes.
Okay. I can speak to this one, but we definitely are continually releasing new features. So I don't know exactly which one you're referring to, Kristen, but you can definitely let me know if there's a specific new feature that you want me to speak
to. Similar to you feature was what I was talking about.
Oh, yes, in the Chrome extension. So, I'm actually super excited about that one as well. And essentially in the Chrome extension, it allows you to find candidates similar to those that you've already found. So especially if you are working on like really niche roles, trying to find your purple squirrels, and you find that ideal candidate, they're the one, and then just click the similar candidates button, and then you have a whole bunch of other candidates similar to those that you found already that you can add directly to your Hiretual projects.
Nice.
Okay. Now, outside of the free Chrome extension, what other newer features are you guys excited about?
So on the Chrome extension, the direction is very clear, and we want to bring more insights, right? And the talent insight on the extension. We want to bring more engagement function on the extension. we also want to bring more connections to
Mhm.
the extension.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's a three categories. You will expect a lot of small or big features.
Wow, good stuff. I have another question, of course, in the personalized engagement campaign. Tell me a little bit about that. I'm excited because I'm all about campaigns and all that good stuff. So I want to see how this will capture, the audience.
Sure. All right. To be honest, engagement is a more difficult and more challenging work for our community than such. Okay, and engagement for many years, our recruiters very rely on the LinkedIn email. Okay, but email based engagement, that's the place, and we really need to bring the innovation, right? And can be even more innovative than the sales and marketing industry, right? Because we are dealing with people, right? And this is a people engineering, people technology, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we create the sequence, the campaign, based on the latest Google or Microsoft API, and then bring the reliable email services to automate the certain process during the campaign. For example, create the triggers and create the customizable variables and create the time zone and create the way how people want to send out the emails, right? And many details we did and we are doing to make the user experience better, simpler, easier, right? And if we directly bring the sales tools to our recruiting team, that's not the right direction, and we have to customize and make it recruiting friendly. Again, recruiters best friend, right?
Yes. Oh my goodness. Like I think that you might be one of my favorite people now. Like this is the first opportunity that I've gotten to speak to you personally. So you're saying so much.
You're
And I don't
talking to
even
us.
know, you really are. Like
Yeah.
what you just said, like a process is automated, but engagement cannot be automated.
No,
Like
never.
the words that I've been searching for my entire life, defending recruiters online. Like, stop saying that. Oh, well, you guys are just robots, and I'm like, how can you say that? Like what you just said, like that's one of like the golden ticket. The process is automated, not the engagement. And you coming from that perspective, it just means so much to me and Rich. Like you just don't know. I'm very happy on a Wednesday.
I tell you what, Stephen, you get her excited like this.
Yeah, I don't get excited.
It doesn't happen every day.
No, it doesn't.
See, KG, and this is nothing about me and about Hiretual. It's really about what we learned from recruiters, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Kiki talked with many community members.
Yeah.
Every week, I also spoke with Kiki. Hey, what did you learn? Tell me more. Educate me. Right? And this is something I work very hard for the team. They need to be humble to learn from their users. We don't educate our users to use our product. It's more about we learn from their process. We learn from their pain point. And then we bring the little things into their process and make it easier for our users.
You are solving problems. Absolutely. My goodness.
Wow. And you know what? You just summed it up. We give you information and you take it and run with it. And it's like we're a family now. It's not like you're telling us to do something. We're working together to solve a solution. There it is.
Yeah, thank you. And I love the word family.
I love that word. I say that about 100 times a show, right, KG?
Maybe 98. Maybe 98. So, Amy, any other last things you'd like to say?
Well, I think I've jumped into
Hey, that's why we're live.
Oh my goodness, that was so awesome. Listen, I am not a cat. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, I think the one last thing I would say is just how as a team here, the CS team is really driven to help provide all of that experience that Stephen is mentioning around helping provide solutions that really fit into sort of an existing process. So from a new feature request standpoint, we're constantly talking to our teams that we work with to, find those new features that might make Hiretual even better and make that a reality. And then, of course, with the product that we have, like I mentioned before, making sure that it fits into each person's individual workflow, whether they're using Hiretual as a whole, every little feature or function, or just a couple features and functions. And that's okay. It's however you need to use Hiretual, that's how you can use it. It's a flexible product and one that can really meet your needs kind of wherever you're at in your process.
I love it. Rich?
That's the recruiter's best friend. I tell you what, I'm thinking everybody, this is exciting. I haven't tried it yet, but I am going to deep dive into it. I promise. And this is exciting stuff here. I mean, you guys are all connected as a community. When you say community, any recruiter out there is going to say, wow, I'm connected with somebody now. So, I mean, this is a solution that you got to check it out. So reach out to me, KG, or you see everything down there, reach out to Hiretual and they'll lead you the way. And trust me, I don't give a recommendation for everything, but this one is getting 2 thumbs up for sure. That's it.
Just last thing before we let you guys go, can you tell folks how to connect with the community, because you do have a recruiter community that's pretty active? You can tell them how to tap into that.
Yes. First of all, you can join our social groups on LinkedIn or Facebook, or you can contact Amy and myself. Connect me if you want. And I'm very reachable and also responsive. And also talk with our community specialist, Kiki. And Kiki is very active and very responsive as well. Many ways to connect with us and challenge us for any challenge you have, and bring us any feedback. We will be very humble to accept all the feedback, and we still have a long way to go. We need to work together with the community and with all the people in our industry, in our community, to make the technology and product valuable and also recruiter friendly.
There it is. Summed up. I love it. Well, hey, Stephen and Amy, thank you so much. KG, you have anything else left?
No, I'm ready to start my day. I have not been on the platform yet today, but I am going to be doing some sourcing a little bit later, and maybe I'll find something new today.
Maybe.
Well, that's it. So recruiters, if you're out there and you got to reach out to them, I'm telling you. And you know what? If you have any suggestions down the road, they want to hear so they can make it better and better for all of us, because this is a solution that just we're not throwing out there. This is for us. This is a solution for us. That's what I'm going to put right now. It's for us. And I thank both of you. And I'm excited to even look at it and check it out. And I'm going to spread the word to everybody across the world. So this is good stuff.
Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you for having us, and we are very grateful. And stay in touch.
Oh, we will, and we'll be reviewing this over and over again. Thanks a lot, guys.